Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what is definitely the easiest and most scalable steam boiler setup you can create in OceanBlock 2. This thing is extremely simple. There's little to no pipes. We can hide this a lot better, and everything you need is fairly simple to make. Some chests, inventory cable, redstone repeaters, some dye, which there's a bunch of squids everywhere, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. So let me walk you through how this works, and then we're going to build it side by side with each other. So everything here has what's called a label from a label gun. You see, we have boilers, steam boilers, water, trash cans, lava, and steam engines. Pretty simple stuff. You right click this thing and you can set whatever you want on here for a label. So how this works is we take lava from here and we output it to this boiler. And then we take water from this tank and output it to this add-on. So it inputs it then into here. It uses lava, water, makes steam, which is also put in this block. It outputs steam to here. With the steam, we then pull it out of those and put it into the steam engine, which as you see, we are making quite a bit of RF with only 8 boilers and 4 engines. We then output all of the power from those into a plug for now because it is just the simplest for now. So let's get into this and I'll show you what all this does and how to set it all up. Again, these are everything we need. So let's get started right over here. We're going to put down a water tank. Now, the more you put down these that are adjacent to water, you see the bigger the tank is. So right now it's 2 blocks, 4 blocks, 8 blocks of water. So this is worth 8 blocks of water. Now you can do this with inventory cable or fancy inventory cable. It honestly doesn't matter. And we're just going to run a bit of that into the factory manager. We also need lava. We're going to need a fluid trash can. And we're also going to need a flux plug or anything that stores energy. We're just going to set that to us. Next up, we're just going to throw down. We can put down 8, 12, 16. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just keep stacking this thing up. And we're just going to put basic machine cores on here. I mean, you could put a lot like better cores if you want on here. It's not really needed in my opinion. And then 4. So basically, every 2 boilers you want 1 steam engine to kind of keep the ratios intact. That way you're not overproducing steam and then these lose efficiency. Okay, on the back of these, we need to put down the boiler add-ons. As you can see, they're currently red. If you open up the boiler, it then turns it blue. You want it to be blue, otherwise it will not work. Okay. Then we're just simply going to run factory cables along the bottom of this. And factory cables hooking to that up. And honestly, the whole system is set up. That easy. Okay, I believe if we clear this, we can set this to be brand new. So what do we need here? We need power. I think I just named it plug. So right now we're set to label plug. You just right click it, boom, plug. Fluid trash. We need a trash can because when this makes steam, it turns it back into water. We're just going to trash can it. We then need lava, water, and we have steam boilers. We basically just need to label everything as it is so it knows where to take and send things to. Okay, we need a boiler as we have to send lava to this. And we have steam engine. And that only needs to be the 1 block that this is connected to. And that's done. Next up, all we need... Oop, I didn't take it from over here. All we need is a... I didn't need a stack. A program disk. Let's restart. Okay, so the way we write this, basically, this is how often everything occurs. We want I'm going to do 1 tick, 2, and then we have to put stuff afterwards. So what we want to do is input. Let's start with water. Fluid, we need 2 colons, water from, well, we have what we called water right here, right? This label is water. We need to make sure it is labeled the same. I believe caps matter. Then we want to output fluid water to steam boiler, right? These are labeled steam boilers. We want to output water from here into here. Pretty simple. I don't know if this is necessary, but I just throw forgets in here, so it doesn't really care about what we just did. Next up, we want to input fluid lava from, this was called lava here. Now, the one thing with these mechanism tanks, you have to specify a direction, otherwise your game will crash, okay? So you have to make sure you specify a location. If you do bottom side, it's all you got to do. Then we need output fluid lava to boiler. Make sure these are spelled correctly. They're all hit. And it's as easy as that. Why is that different color? Doesn't matter. Okay. Again, we're going to throw a forget in here. We then need to, let's say, input the steam, right? Input. Now, this one's a little different. Fluid. This took me a while to find. We need still underscore steam. That's what this is called. From SteamBoiler. I don't think the side matters. I put the side on there before, but I'm going to forget. We're going to see if it works. Again, we need still steam to SteamEngine. Now we need to put round robin by block. That's going to make sure that it goes from one block to the next block to the next block, just so it doesn't just send all the steam to like the first engine. That's pretty important there. Again, input fluid water from SteamEngine. Oh. Output fluid water. I don't know if the caps matter. To FluidTrash. All right. Forget. Shift enter to submit. Okay, that's odd. So again, when these make steam, they also produce water. I think we can maybe show that. No. But when they make steam, they also produce water. So we need to make sure that they don't fill up with water. So that's why we got the FluidTrash can. I don't remember if I said that, but now you remember. All right. Last thing we need to do here is input forge energy from SteamEngine. We also need 2 colons here, I believe. Let's try without. Output forge energy to plug. And then at the bottom, we need to hit it with end. So this, if we put it in here, should start working. As you see, it runs every 0.025 milliseconds. So very, very fast. The last thing we need to do is just simply right click this to push labels. There's a very important thing. If you shift on this, it tells you right click, push labels, right click while sneaking to pull labels. You can set up multiple of these without having to just remember and retype all the names. So just like that, instantly, this is filled with water, filled with lava, and it's making steam. Steam is being output into here, which gets pulled all the way to these steam engines. And as you see, we are making steam. Just like that. I don't know why we're not pulling the power out of here. They're all labeled steam engine. You're labeled plug. Did we mess something up here? Oh, yeah. Let's see if we need these 2 colons. Okay, you need the 2 colons. As you see, it's instantly gone now. That's a good thing to know. And just like that, once these warm up, they get going a little quicker, then you'll start making a lot more RF. Like this one over here, I started just before I went live. As you see, it's making roughly 900. Now, it looks like we have maybe too much steam for this, which is why we're not quite at a good efficiency rating. But I will say it kind of varies because now we're up to 1200. So definitely varies. So the next thing you're probably wondering is, you know, I want to add on. How do we easily add on, right? So let's walk through this. Let's say we want to add 4 more boilers, right? Boom. Well, we need 8 more boilers. Pretty simple. All right, throw these add-ons on here. And let's say, you know, we made a different machine somewhere and we cleared our label again. What do we got to do? Shift right click to pull all the labels. Hook up cables to these again. Oh, that's another good thing to point out. These small fancy cables, they break underwater, but these big ones do not. So if you need to do stuff underwater, use the big non-fancy cables. So what do we need to do here? Well, we simply just need to like select boiler and highlight all these again. What do we need next? SteamBoiler. That's these on the back. Just highlight them. You hooked up cables. That's all we gotta do. SteamEngine. Boom, just like this. And right click this to push it. And just like that, again, all of these are working. And these are getting steam. So just like that, we doubled our power production extremely fast. And again, this is infinitely scalable. This does not lag the game. As you see, it takes less than 1/10 of a millisecond to run. So if you have any questions, I'm going to put this whole program in the description. That way you don't have any problems. You just got to remember to label these as I did or change the names of the label. And you have to program on a program disk. Probably the most expensive or annoying thing to create from this mod pack. So, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. And take it easy. Our next video is going to be a good one.